It's on them.
Everybody knows it's the Twitch stream.
They'll be known as the BMers of the clan. Hey everybody, it is a little late by a couple minutes. This is Dave Testa with Iron and Hope.
What's up, guys?
And we're actually going to give Hope the honors of having the curse of Dave of having to cast some of his games with us or commentate.
Oh, that's okay. I love casting with you, Dave. It's fun.
I had to do that. Tommy's made me do that a bunch where I had to cast my own games. Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Big oofers.
What were you thinking?
So I'm a little tired today, boys. I actually got up early. Yeah, even I tried going to bed earlier than normal, but
I will say both of us.
Yeah, no, it's I was hoping to get some
doing all that
caffeine in,
crank
but I don't want to
series.
be up all night. But so Tommy, let's invite Hope to the party. We might as well get him in all of it, right? Is that cool?
Much appreciated.
Invite Hope. You're our only
Have
hope.
arrived.
Iron, can you take
Are you
the
kidding?
lead? All right.
Fuck.
So
Wait, what?
this is WuTang Cup, season whatever, episode 2.
This was actually the first game I played against Gastritis.
All right, so it's the first one. We're gonna count it as the last one because
Okay.
we were at a 1-1 where we left off because it was a resume from replay. So
the bottom right corner, it is me.
It's me.
okay, and
That's
in the
red
upper left,
top.
we have our gassiest blue Terran without a clan tag, who's in our Discord server at times. Gastritis. Anytime, baby. Oof. Oofaganga. And
Colin is Gastritis' coach. And Colin is 5,000k Potos, right?
yeah, he got the Masters 1, but it seems like he might even be switching to Zerg now because apparently he's a hella good Zerg player.
Best race.
Apparently everyone's a hella good Zerg player.
Yeah, so
Can you tell that we are Zerg haters here? This is
Excuse me.
Hope's a Zerg player. Oof. I might actually do it too. I have a feeling I'll hit
Say that
Masters,
to
or
my
I'll
face.
even hit Diamond 1 before Zerg, or on Zerg before Protoss, and I played thousands
if
of
you're not
games.
playing Zerg, you're banned from Legion.
Exactly.
All right, so right here we got a pretty standard opener. We don't see much different than the last games. Our Terran player not appearing to be doing any proxy Rex or anything. He's just trying to get some scouting from his SCV.
While you guys cast, I'm gonna spam the channel a little bit.
All right.
We do see the CC being built on the high ground by Gastritis here.
And he
not
started
quite sure why, maybe expecting a proxy.
It's usually a... And guess what?
Which,
I was
we
wrong.
might
There is a
see
proxy.
right down there.
The first proxy of this series of games of Iron and Gastritis. It's about damn time.
Yes. Now, the real question, what is he proxying? It could just be the reinforcement pylon, but that's wait. Here comes the double robo facility, but the Reaper's coming down, and he does scout it. That is a great scout by this Reaper here. Great positioning. Likes to target down the pylon, now goes onto the probe and starts whittling him away with those double shotgun pistols, and he is going to elect to just go across the map, it seems.
Well,
quite interesting.
We have our Stalker coming out. It's a 1 base all-in from Tommy, it appears. Or attempted to, but...
An attempted 1 base all-in as the Reaper comes into the main, fights the Stalker. It's going to try to kite around, get some of that, get the combat drugs regen.
The factory going down.
Jump down. It does get hit by the final.
The factory goes down. Another Stalker coming out.
Bunker on the high ground here for Gastritis, along
And
with the starport being thrown down.
And he has a tech lab on... Yeah, he's got his 1-1-1, but he has a tech lab on his factory coming, so he's presumably going to be making a tank from this Immortal push.
Yeah, SCV over here trying to be a hero. Trying to stop this by killing one of the pylons. Here
My name is Jim.
looks like that SCV is gonna be going down to that stalker.
Tommy's like, get off my pylon. Big
What
oof.
was I doing here?
Mr. E-Wisp.
Yes,
Baby,
that's the guy I
baby,
played.
baby. We'll be casting your game, E-Wisp,
Let's see where I fucked
shortly.
Wait, let's see where you what?
up. Let's see where I fucked up.
And you have Immortals in production. A 1 Immortal, 2 Stalker drop with a Cyclone on the way. That was actually a smart move. I'm a
Cyclones do
dumbass.
so much
Apologies,
to the
folks.
armor
I'm a
units.
little...
This cyclone, I don't know how to deal with this when they go cyclones.
If they go,
But apparently
it's
there is a way to deal with it though.
yeah.
Oh,
You gotta just save your warp, fly your warp prism away, and engage and try to bait it into the warp prism.
Marines.
And you gotta
trying to deal
target the
with
right
stalkers,
stuff.
But no, SCVs are being.
I think I lost my war prism right here. Fuck.
Yep. But you have to.
That's bad.
Did you have
Losing
to
that
at
first
least?
War prism's really bad.
Well, you have an
Getting
Immortal on the.
surrounded by the SCVs, it can't escape with the stalkers behind it. The Viking even lands. to
But
help
there's a
try to
double
clean
Immortal
this up.
front.
16 units lost, 17 units lost so far by this Terran player.
Now you should have pushed up and engaged that Cyclone. They do hella damage. One shot would have
Yeah, they
destroyed
do
it.
so much damage. And then
Yep.
lack of good priority.
Tries. He almost gets both.
Almost only counts in
And that's
motion.
where I fucked up. This is kind of over at this point.
You just parade marching Immortals across.
Yeah, typically, Tommy, when you do this, I think the big mistake was that in the execution is you want to go, you build it closer. Like, see the base to the right of, it's like the fourth base to the, if you took the fourth on the right, that is where you would want to proxy it, and then you just use your you'd want War Prism and 2 Immortals. Forget the Stalkers. Well, if you have the Stalkers, you can use them to harass in the front.
You have some stalkers in the beginning because sometimes if they
No, you don't skip this. You don't skip the Stalkers. What you do is you keep them defensively, and you proxy the double Robo, and you have to get hit with 2 Immortals in a Warp Prism. It's a Immortal drop typically is the build.
Also, I don't really know how to expand out this build. Like after this, I'm like, what should I do? I'm just like lollygagging.
Make the Nexus faster.
Well, you made so many Immortals.
Probing.
Honestly,
You're
you
also
could have had
oversaturated in one of the
some
gases
Stalkers,
because
but
of that.
you really could have just charged up the ramp with that many Immortals.
Seriously, huh? I
Yeah.
should've just charged up the ramp, but man, I feel like I'm gonna lose so much to this one tank.
Well, that's why they call it a one base all in, my dude. But you could have just continued on Gateway production after, or got a tech lab and got like Colossus or something, or Disruptors.
So it looks
but
like I end up going Stargates, and I felt like
that was a
mistake.
yeah. You should have just went on Gateway
Felt like
tech,
a
man,
mistake. Yeah, I just went to Gateway. I was trying to tech switch on him, got a greedy with the tech switch.
or continued on, like I said, get Colossus Disruptor or something like that.
Liberator
I
flying
think-
in, sees the
Yeah, the
Stargate.
Liberator sees the Stargate, and he's like, well, let's kill him right now.
Yeah, honestly, at this point,
I think that's what
yeah,
that's
it's
what
mass
Colin
marine.
told him.
It's marine.
Kill him right now.
Yeah.
Kill him while he's trying to kill air. Go air.
2 lib marine tank. Yeah, this is kind of.
See,
it seems.
you could have got another War Prism before that died earlier instead of another Immortal. That probably
Yeah, I
would have been a
should've
little
done
more
that too.
cost effective because then you could have warped in
Are you
units.
trying to go fleet beacon?
Yeah, that was a
Yeah, you're going like
way
the
too
thi-
high tech for so being behind.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're on literally like 2 different tech paths and advancing one to the highest, and you're on not even 2 base economy.
Yeah.
It's not viable to.
I was trying to buy some time here to
Yeah.
Do some
And you
stuff
don't
to
kill
him,
the-
and then
You gotta
Oh.
focus the Liberators, though. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, the Immortals can do a lot, but not with that many marine tanks, and Cyclones especially. I mean, you picked the Cyclone.
This is too hard for me to micro.
Yeah, no.
It's a weird ass position.
yeah,
Did engage well.
I mean, you're. Yeah, I was gonna say you're ahead on units lost, but not in resources.
yeah, you got 2 behind on
You're
your
about
economy,
1,500 behind.
and you forgot to move your workers to the natural.
Yeah, and you're throwing down another Stargate after the fleet beacon. What are you getting out of that? Another Void Ray?
Yeah, that's just like not the unit. If you see bio, like you saw Cyclones, but you need to see what he continues on to because he ended up going barracks. So And you have 9 workers on gas. Oof. Feels bad,
Oh
man.
fuck! Did I?
Yeah, look at 9
9
workers.
workers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh my
If you
God.
all you had to do is
10?
you
I
have
wasn't that problem. I always do this
well, you
every
always got to
time,
check
bro.
your rally point. It's just something to be, cognizant of.
I mean, this is such a dicky army. I should have been able to stop this.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, yeah.
but you really can't with air like carriers and stuff at this point are really not good against that amount of
The
bio.
carriers would have done okay against Marines, wouldn't they?
Not that many in this time.
Yeah, it's
Like
just so damn long.
there's just not enough.
Yeah.
Like if there were more carriers, then yeah. But you should have just got Warp Gate behind it.
Charge.
You always need Warp Gate. Forget going to +1 weapons. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
why
well,
I'm not talking smack about you, Tommy. I just figure while you're in here for casting your replay in with you, I'd like to spend some time with you. Actually, we're gonna make some time to do a little Protoss date night. You know what I mean?
Protoss date night. That sounds hell.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
And the cure is dead.
GD.
That's it.
And that was
I
the
feel
end.
like if he went macro, I felt like I could have teched up to a little bit of care and did something.
That's true.
But no, he's just attack.
Typically against Terran, unless you do something like the Max Packs, which is dicey. If they go cheese, you're gonna want to go to. You're gonna want to just play macro games. Is your best bet. And
that's how I got knocked out of WuTang.
and that's it. So now we have Hope and
I get to cast my
Mr.
own games
E-Wisp.
in the third person. Oh boy.
Yep. And you want to pass lead to me, Tommy? I got them queued up right here. I mean, I know Hope does, but they're literally right at the top of my list.
You're a better observer than me, so.
Well, I've been screwing up a bit, and I'm a little
Yeah,
tired today too, but I haven't been doing this in a minute. So let's do it, boys. Then we have hopefully some other games to cast.
Who's can I?
So it's starting.
My own start.
Yeah, start in the bottom,
Sure.
or start in the bottom left, or we'll start with you, Hope.
Yeah.
Or bottom, I meant left, but yeah, you're in the bottom right.
Spawning in the bottom right, playing for Team Legion as the Purple Zerg. It is Hope.
And in the upper left, from Validity Gaming, we have Mr. E-Wisp. Playing Protoss. Let's see what happens in this game. No spoilers, please, Mr. Hope.
Absolutely not. I will not tell you anything.
So,
Since you're Mustangs, protege.
Yeah, you can expect a few interesting things. That's all I will
so
say.
we have the probe going out to try to delay a hatch in addition to scout. Pretty typical stuff for this
In
time of the game.
response, I just went for the third at this point.
And he was not reacting well to that. I mean, he's just like, well, I'm just going to stay there and be annoying, but it's
So
not.
we see the probe go into the main. He sees my extractor now, and he probably, by this point, just assumes that I have the, I took the third, because he saw the drone go over there. We hope.
Yep, so we have
Let's hope
hatch gas pool,
that's not what's gonna happen.
but with a good amount of workers, not any worker cutting, extractor exploding 15, 14, 14s or anything, but this looks pretty solid.
It's a pretty standard game. So at this point, the probe scout's the third. So he knows it's pretty safe to, take the natural, start FFEing, trying to, play a macro game. As we all know, I am a big fan of macro.
Yeah, and you got us. Everything very standard. The walling pretty decent. Except he does look like he may have a cat. No, it's pretty decent though. It's defensible from our Protoss player. And you don't quite have enough for link. Oh no, you do have enough for link speed. You don't take the link speed. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, you do? Okay.
Yep.
Still a little behind, but you were focusing on other things. It was fine.
Yeah, I decided to go for an early 3 hatch this game.
Nice. So, the SCV still, or SCV, the probe. What a dumbass.
Yes, CV.
I'm tired, folks. Oof.
Last game, buddy.
And the probe gets scared away for now.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm just focusing on, okay, so I can see that he's walled behind this on his natural, because I have the Scouting Overlord sitting on the high pillar. At this point, I'm just like, okay, we can sit back, we can drone up, you know, start getting into the nice, you know, easy PvZ rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not very easy at all.
So he goes it up, Stalker, Robo. Pretty standard opener to the max for Protoss. Except for his oversaturation on his gas.
So I catch the Adept here, which does go for the Shade. Goes on, cancels the Shade. I pull back because I see the cancel. You know, pretty basic thing.
That was a good maneuver.
Yeah,
So
we're at
how's
3
your
base now.
coaching throughout this game? How's it like? Was
It's, and I was just told to open standard.
open standard?
Yeah. This is
So
standard.
where did you feel like in any point where
I didn't practice
you
playing with
almost
my
made a bad
coach.
decision? And
I'm
then-
sorry.
Oh,
Say that again?
Is there any point where like you were gonna do this, but they're like, no, that's a bad idea, and they kind of saved you from something?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I was kind of tense.
Now, guys, at the same time, we have Mr. E-Wisp talking in chat, too. I did mention he didn't get practice with his coach until 15 minutes before.
My guy, you did great,
So he had also-
honestly. It was a really good set.
Yeah, you did. I'm watching your opener. I play Protoss as well. Though I'm not Masters by any means. I've played enough games where I should be like a 5-time GM, but unfortunately,
Oh, Dave.
but I feel Protoss, man. Feels Protoss.
Feel Protoss.
So, 4-minute layer. I'm just droning still. Drones are the best unit in the universe, as we all know.
Yeah, I like how you're going. Both of you guys have some good stuff going on. He is going double gas, Mr. E-Wisp.
Double gas.
On his natural.
+1.
Yeah, it's the good timing. Let's
Mortal.
see. This is the stuff if you don't...
Second it goes up.
Yep. Now, the thing I hate when you go for this build, if you scout the Robo as a Zerg, and Mr. E-Wisp probably could agree as well as Tommy and everything, is when you open up with Charge Lot Immortal and you don't get a Templar Archives or don't scout it and they sneak in a Spire, you're basically fucked. It's like GG.
It's a bit hard at that point, yeah.
Yeah, because like... So something
I
for
thought
you
you said
Zerg
these were
players to
5-minute
make our lives
games, bro.
miserable if we can't scout it and you don't have an observer
I thought you
sentry
were gonna
scout.
cheese, bro.
or
I thought
constant
you were gonna
aggressive.
cheese into that. I'm seeing macro.
Don't spoil anything.
Yeah, come on.
Macro.
Those spoilers. I already forgot everything he told me too.
Cheese.
I like
My
Mr. Ewis style. He's smart. Gets his Templar Archives right then, getting some more production down because typically just like in PVT, you want to have, or PV anything. You know, if you're going gateway units, you want to have 8 gates as you have your third. But he's a little late on that, unfortunately. So you don't have the warp ins. But that's still. Oh, that's a nice surrounds from our Zerg player. But he does hold that aggression.
Surrounds.
Scouting was especially hard with the coach watching because they can only see as much info as I can show them. That's true. Understandable, Mr. Ewisp. Now, Mr. Ewisp, I'm a little tired, but normally, even if I don't know you, when I'm casting, the Testinator likes to break your balls. Just because. Why you have...
Well.
I mean well. It's like I'm the old grandpa of Team Legion here, so... Even though I'm not quite that old, but you know. Alright. But I like everything you're doing, so... But it's all in good fun, just in case something happens. Oh my dear God! The Archons were not down yet. Storm was in. He was hoping to get those...
Archons.
He was hoping to have that Storm. Well, you still got the Immortals more, actually. But yeah, now you got the surrounding the Archons. He does do alright with that. Unfortunately, Immortals not good units against Lings. It's like a...
I mean, they pull into the back here next to the gas.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that was a good maneuver.
That was really good.
And he didn't lose his third.
Yeah.
So that's...
But I'm
really good.
still pushing across.
And he is going for +2 And you're getting your upgrades too, but he's ahead on upgrades. I mean, you're getting Carapace too, but realistically, if your Protoss is ahead, that Carapace +1 against +2 is usually not, you know, necessarily where you want to be. But you did at least
so
did
the
it.
Banelings can survive the one hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured you'd be going there. We didn't look at the tech path. You went Banelings and Hydra.
With double Evo and a macro hatch on 5 base.
Doing good. Despite all this, he had to throw. Mr. Ewis had to throw a lot away because he was just trying to hold with what he had, and unfortunately got caught out of position with his High Templar. But he did hold the push at least, and I think here he feels a little. It looks like he feels confident, but he's probably still unsure of what's to come. Doesn't, like he was saying, he didn't necessarily have the most scouting in this game. And our Zerg player, Mr. Hope, who's here, is taking his sixth base. Let's look at the workers. Jesus Christ, 75. But also, he's really right up with you on workers for Protoss. Yeah. The only thing is, if you were sitting back like that, Wisp, I would have liked to see you take a 4th. The army supply, though, is just massively huge, but you have a lot of Banelings and you have a lot of bases. Like
so I see him warping in here, and I just immediately go and collide.
See, Banelings are just really good against fucking Zealots.
Yeah, at this point I just flood Ling Hydra at him.
Yeah, the Hydralist then is problematic a bit. Oh, production tab's not there. Do you have ranged weapons? No, you don't. You do have groove spines? Or no, but...
So, the drones do get caught here. A bit unfortunate. But now with the Hydras, I can just fight this from the high ground, you know, not let the Hydras take any damage. Or some more Banes. Wait.
Yeah, so I think what...
Let the Lings go first.
Yeah, Mr. Ewisp, if you're in this position, I wouldn't engage that much. You want to fight off, you want to bait them off creep and buy time for your storms. If you did this engagement off creep, I think it could have been good. You do have Immortals to take some volley from the high DPS Hydras and take Bane hits, but if you happen to see Banes, that's one of the few times I'd say at this point of the game to build Stalkers if they have a heavy Bane comp, just to save your charge lots. If you put the Stalkers in to flank the volleys of the Banelings, it takes quite a few to take down a shitty Stalker, you know? Yeah.
Stalkers really are just the worst.
Well, I mean, they have their purposes, but against Zerg, they really don't.
I pick an Immortal, and I back up. The only issue here is he's going to take these 3 Baneling hits on his Zealots, like, very badly.
Well, it's... The other thing is when you're playing against Zerg, you're not usually going for armor upgrades as Protoss. So he did everything.
Whenever you see Hydralist, you need Storm. Or
he has Storm.
And he's literally just about to have ground weapons level 3 up. So everything he's doing is right. It's just some of the engagements, I think, was the biggest thing. But I like how he holds.
There's a good hold.
You do prevent him from taking a 4th, though, and he's doing the best he can to get what he can out. But he should...
Just so much DPS.
When you see that, though, you should really stop building workers. I've had that problem and do the same myself.
So an Immortal comes out.
Oof, unfortunate.
Right
but,
there
yeah.
Because, you know,
no, I like it.
Pick another Immortal.
Oof. Oof.
It was just kind of unfortunate for
GG. Yeah, that was a good game. The surprise Bane game, yeah. The biggest thing, man, scouting. Mr. EUS, you played, everything you did was pretty well, man. I liked it. Just same thing. I have the same problem, literally. I've been working on it a bit because I get scolded by my higher league Zerg friends. When you're playing Zerg, you want constant, and Protoss, constant scouting. So let's look at game 2.
Yes. Game 2.
But Mr. EWISP did a good job. You did a great job. It was definitely a macro game by your part. I liked your creep spread.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely down for a rematch.
He said, yeah, Cool.
I'm absolutely down for that. I'll play anyone, anytime. Let's go.
Yeah.
Can we get Iron to accept?
Iron?
Oops, sorry.
You're good.
I was trying to
Yep.
see what.
It's all right. So let's see. So we have game 2 of Hope and Mr. E-Wisp. Iron, do you want to introduce the left side? Or yeah, if you don't mind, let's just stick to. Oh, look at that.
The top left, we have Legion, the dark side. Hope.
And in the bottom right corner, from Validity Gaming, we have Mr. E-Wisp. Sorry, Hope, I didn't mean to cut you out of that.
No, you're good.
Hella
so
tired.
I want to preface this game real quick by saying this is the most unconventional thing I've ever done in a tournament.
Is this by Mustang told you to do this?
Yep.
Did you guys practice this before?
Nope.
Okay, so this is...
So I take a 15 extractor, and he does send the probe across, which is really good for him. Unfortunately, I'm not advanced enough for him to know anything besides it's an early extractor, so it might be a Ling Rush, which is what I wanted him to think. So now I throw down the pool. Again, as you both know, I don't ever really cheese.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's good. Well, the thing is, too, I'm sure even Mr. E-Wisp would agree if you scout that pool first, especially at least in Diamond League, it gets hella hard if you do a cannon rush and try to cannon rush, and they're doing like 13-12 or something. But yeah, exactly.
First before and
yep.
Cyber before the Nexus and all that.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Just as long as typically, if you see that, you're not going to want to expand. Is another way you like immediately expand. You can, but like if you don't feel like you have to be able to crank stuff up. Yep. It does set you back economically a little bit, but if you can hold it, it's way better than losing your.
First, right?
Yeah. So I go spawning pool first. I get 2 lings and I have metabolic on the way with my second hatchery about halfway done.
Okay.
Then you're gonna make.
And look at our
you guys do not know what's coming next. I can guarantee you cannot guess what this is.
I'm not going to, but I have a sneaky suspicion. I'm looking in the production tab.
Some prime type of Zerg shit.
Some what?
Some prime Zerg.
Some prime Zerg.
It's worse.
I think I know what build this is, but I'm gonna just shut my mouth and watch.
So it's an immediate layer at 2.5 minutes.
He's going Swarm Host or early Nidus.
Yeah.
So you see this? That Overlord.
Yep.
So you Nidus. I think it's gonna be Nidus.
Yeah, you're gonna do a Link Flood Nidus attack. That's just dirty. That's just dirty.
That's why I'm massing up on Lings right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a feels bad, Mr. Scout after 230. Yeah.
Focusing on the wall kind of moot.
Yeah.
Well, he should have sent at least one. He should have sent that first edit over to rescout you again to see what.
Well, I think he was in a defensive posture because that was a very aggressive looking opening.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely.
Send your first edit over to find out. He could have went roaches. He could have, and if you saw the early layer, then you can suspect Nidus. So
yeah.
Back and scout you.
It's an immediate den or Natty's network.
Yeah.
And I throw the links at the wall to kind of fake the all-in.
Yeah, you could have held this with a single zealot and have one edit across the field scouting you.
So you're using the Nidus in the back of the main base, I'm assuming.
Correct.
This is a great map for it because typically at this point in time, I'm changing my game plans too. Honestly, when I play this one, I gotta remember. And same with Everdream. It's possible.
This game is just a bit unfortunate. I mean, he tried. He did a really good job responding to it at first. But we load into the Nidus. And the
Nidus goes down. I mean, I really like Mr. E-Wisp's play, man. He's good. It's just, this is unfortunate. Everybody gets caught with their pants down with this shit.
Yeah.
It's goddamn annoying.
So he tries to put a pylon because he hears the Nidus, but their
Creep
lings are
tumor.
already here.
Lings are there. A creep tumor goes down. Oof.
It's just a very unfortunate match because he has 2 sentries, 2 adepts, and a zealot. Warps into
And
2
you
more
can't fight.
zealots.
And you can't fight that many speedlings. Like you'd have to wall. I guess really you'd have to wall the low ground.
Or have Stargate tech. Because at this point, I've already picked 16 probes, even if he holds this,
GG.
it's kind of already.
As
GG, yeah.
and he says, as a non-Zerg plat player, honestly, I don't recognize layers. Well, it's just maybe it's a good time to take some time.
Fast layer means Nidus.
So it's some stuff to know to get accustomed to is learn the tech trees of the other races. And you can when you do scout, getting that information is important. Zerg's more reactive than anything, but Protoss too. You have to adapt your build a little bit if you scout certain things.
So, Dave, you wanted to see me cheese.
That's a build from a
And
GM.
Mustang's watching.
Yeah, Mustang's watching too. That build is hella hard to stop. Yes, it is Mustang. If you happen to position your stuff too, though, I've actually held that with the help. It was weird. I was laddering and Hydra happened to be in my ear, and he's like, "Dave, put your pylon here and your robo here, and get an immortal." And no sooner the immortal was out, like just in time with that freaking Nidus worm. So an immortal will just shut a Nidus. One immortal shuts it right down. Little fun fact. So what else do we got for games?
Won that series.
You want to do one more series since you're
Yeah.
trying to wrap this up?
Yeah, we're gonna do another series, of course.
We can do. Let's do tape hole.
Tape
roll.
Tape roll.
Tape roll.
Tape roll. Hang on a second.
Tape roll.
Also, I'd like to take this time to remind everybody we have Legion Invitational Mars coming up on June 6th. It's the first of its tournaments kind. Hopefully we'll have more of Masters 1 and Grandmaster players up to 5.5k. We'll be having Jim Rising and Starkiller so far, as well as Raiden and Aster and some other folks. But our own Team Legion and Friends of Legion Hydra and Lightsider will be casted by Gamer Richie. Should be exciting. Anyway, so let's get the replays. Which ones were they, my dudes?
Still looking for Florencio and Pig to cast with you.
Yep, Pig politely declined. Florencio probably won't, but who knows? He might surprise us. He actually advertised the stuff
Nice.
before and doesn't mind. He knows a bunch of us are fans of him, though not the known for being like a Gamer Richie League player. Florencio is like one of a kind, man. He's just a good dude. He's fucking hilarious.
Mr. Ewis, if you want to have a rematch, just shoot me a message whenever we're both on Battle.net. I'm down.
All right, so I'm going to put these replays in, and we have Roadhog versus Blood Rain. I will update the stream titles after this, folks. We're on to Roadhog versus... I already forgot. Feels boomer, man.
Blood Rain.
Blood Rain. I had to update my replays list because I did dump them in. Roadhog versus Blood Rain, Game 1 on Everdream.
So this is from the clan CSO. I believe they.
What does that
throw
stand for?
tournaments too. I don't know. But I know they throw tournaments. They have cool graphics.
All right, pretty cool. And
So,
what?
I'm guessing their tournaments are good if their graphics good, right? I hope.
And what's Taw? I feel like it's a bird. Taw.
Greg said he used to be in that clan a long time ago.
Oh.
Okay, so it's Art of War versus...
All right, somebody get the left side.
I got it.
Okay. Oh.
Spawning in the bottom right corner of the map, playing for CSO. It is the Grey Zerg player, Blood Rain. That's
Tommy?
In the top right, it is Roadhog of the Art of War.
Nice, nice.
CSO is Chaos Spec Ops.
All right, so we have a supply depot. We have Drone Overlord. Looks like we have a start to a non-full first build, presumably, but who knows. Gas, this is looking standard from our Terran player. We don't see SCVs across the map. For Scout, which is unfortunate too, because it is Zerg, but still a standard opener. I'd like to see a little scouting, but nonetheless.
so far. Hatch gas pool, probably.
Notice how we say that, because we're all in our hearts. We're all watching this series. We're expecting cheeses, folks. Let's be real here. It's like a flat diamond tournament. You want to see those cheeses and the weird stuff happen sometimes. But we also like this. Well, we like to see good games all around. But sometimes it's good.
So I'll cheese once every series. Gotcha.
So, Mr. Roadhog, does he get his orbital immediately? Probably not, because he's getting another SCB. He's gonna let that finish.
Comes in, scouts this, sees only 2 workers on the gas. Interesting. Orbital and Reaper coming down to the Terran player.
Workers on the gas.
Standard build, good stuff. Everything seems pretty spot on. Gets his command center.
Builds it on the low ground. Good, good. He's going to finish the wall off with the barracks tech lab reactor.
Yep. And he is going 1-1-1.
So
presumably.
You see a drone follow the SCV about halfway across the map. Was in a tiny bit of mining time, but that's all right.
Yeah.
We have 2 queens and 6 lings on the way, though.
2 queens, 6 lings.
Along with what I think should be metabolic boost pretty soon.
And
there it is.
The Reaper smartly poking at the 3rd. Waiting there to see if he sees if he takes the 3rd.
No 3 hatch opener.
Balls, doing acid in the alley of
what?
Natural in the first.
What?
What did you say?
Did you see that SCV tripping over there? Like he's just like doing drugs, like.
Where?
For a second.
I don't think I saw.
Where is this SCV?
No, he found it at first.
Ah.
He found it.
Oh. So drone's going over for the 3rd right now. It's gonna be denied by the Reaper. Reaper's staying there, fighting the drone. Drone is gonna go down, unfortunately. Reaper not letting him get that 3rd without taking a drone loss.
The 1-1-1 opener with a Hellion and a Marine after the typical follow-up for a little poking with some Hellions at first. Nice openers from both players.
Reaper coming back around. He's going to try to probably hop back up into the main because it's undefended except for that 1 queen on the other side of the hatchery, which is pretty good. The only issue here is he can surround both the top side and the bottom of the ramps with the lings, so they can't do it.
And they're going to be speedlings in a second. Well, he seems like he's not going to do damage. He's just going to get some vision, which is actually a smart way to use your Reaper. Oh, and we got a little lag. Sorry, folks.
Close. Almost picking the Reaper. Lings are going to chase the Reaper, and it will go down in this case.
Oh my good lord, that's a lot of lings.
That's hot.
That is a lot of lings. 2 spine crawlers going down, 1 in each mineral line, actually. Interesting.
Well, it's
predicting a Hellion run by, something like that.
Well, if you look in Blood Rain's vision, you can see stuff. He can see the Hellions coming out, actually, with that Overlord. On the natural pervert pillar, as we like to call it. The Herbert the Pervert pillar.
It's a good pillar. So he sees 6 Hellions and 1 Marine walking across the map now. He does throw down the Roach Warren, but it is only about halfway done here. Double gas on the way. He is now up to 3 gas. And player is going down.
So guys, if we call this one Herbert, is the other pillar Bill Cosby?
Yes.
Okay.
Fight gonna pick an Overlord. Doesn't really hurt that much. Now it does. 5 roaches are on the way though, and these lings with the roaches should be able to hold this Hellion push pretty decently.
Yipper. Oh, but they're Hellbats. This just changed the game a little bit. Ling BQ with a medevac.
A little bit more good. More Hellions continuing to rally across the map here as the 3rd for the Zerg player. Blood Rain looks like it is going to fall to these Hellions and Hellbats.
And we have more factories in production from our Terran player. Let's take a look back and see what's going on. 2 factories going down. Double gas and a 3rd base going down. So he's... Let's take a look at the workers quick. Oh, and there's this huge supply block for Blood Rain. Roadhog.
Those Overlords keep getting picked by that Viking.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he really can't lose this. Let's see. Oh, nope, he walks by it.
Chooses to ignore it.
I think he may have moved commanded, or it just was just out of range, so the AI did.
On a rally point.
Yeah. Yeah, you can rally A moves too, though. So
Vehicle weapons 1 is on the way, starting for Roadhog right now. 2 more Hellions continuing, and an armory. Second armory, I think that is on the way.
and we don't have road speed. We don't even have road speed being researched.
Looks like Blood Rain is just going to attempt to hold this here with just plain old roaches. He needs the other roaches and the lings though to get onto those Hellbats. It's not. He does respond in time as the Hellbats are going to continue to push in though, trying to protect the drones. Pulling back into the drone line, an interesting choice, trying to fight with the Spine Crawler as the medevac is able to heal the Hellbats. But you know, Blood Rain is going to be able to clean this up, only losing about 4 drones.
And he's like, oh well. Unfortunately, though, that was a little bit of a dip in the army of our Zerg player. Though he is doing all right, he didn't lose any workers, but he's a little behind since the loss from the third base.
He's just going crazy on the roaches right now. He's popping 9 more, not taking another third base again, even though he has 800 minerals floating.
Though he's
getting Overlord out here.
The Terran player is doing pretty damn good on his macro. He's got a lot of workers.
It's gonna be really bad if this hits when it does, because he throws down the Hydroden, but there's no roach speed.
Yeah, but we're literally at a worker count of 58 workers by our Terran player, and the army is small, but the production is heavy. Look at all these factories. He has 3, 4 factories with double armory. So double upgrades for what he does pump out. But this is a big, scary army from our Zerg player. We don't have... Do we have siege tanks? Oh, we do have 8 siege tanks, 2 siege tanks. Okay, that does...
2 siege tanks. Gonna siege up here. Oh, one of them's gonna siege up. Second one sieges a little bit back. Now, siege tanks just rip roaches to shreds. There are only 2 Ravagers in this army, and you need 3 to one-shot that siege tank.
No, he doesn't see the Zerg army there. But he's kind of holding the defensive posture nonetheless. And he unsieges. When does the Zerg player go? Now he's going to see it. Now he's going to siege up.
Needs to get on those tanks. Not the command center. Needs to get on those tanks right now. Taking 2 big siege tanks hits. 1 tank will go down, and some Hellbats go down. Blood Rain pushing through.
And the Zerg player does manage to get some damage behind this. Is it enough?
Tank sieges here onto the waiting roaches, and will he be able to do it? 2 Biles land onto the siege tank. The siege tank is going to go down to 2 roaches and 2 Ravagers. Hellbat goes down. It's just Viking and medevac with some SCVs right now.
And unfortunately,
siege tank there.
Another siege tank goes down. It was some good harass. Unfortunately, I don't think there was enough worker attack, but let's see. Oh, a lot of lings coming.
Lings. Even with Infernal Pre-Igniter done, it is not going to be enough. With Ling and Roach speed, even at 1-1, these tanks and aliens are not going to be able to hold this.
I would have liked to seen the Roaches and Ravagers down there hit his third while the Lings poked at the natural.
Lings rallying across the map here.
Roadhog cleans it up, but that was a nice harass. Unfortunately, I think he's a little behind. What do you think?
He is a little bit behind now. It's
He's
only
still
about 375 resources, so he's still definitely in the game, but
yeah, he was. Well,
it's only
look.
a 2-base Zerg.
Yeah, look at the worker count though. Their Terran player is 70 workers. The income is just
72 to 30. The income is
look at this income. He's like literally on practically 3. It's 2 to 1, but really like it's almost 3 to 1 income practically on minerals. So that's really scary.
He is walling the 3rd base line actually with some supply depots trying to hold the Ling run-bys possibly.
Yes, sir.
Blood Rain definitely needs to expand here. So Roadhog scans it and just sees the 10-minute 3rd going down again after the Hellions did snipe it with the run-by before.
And meanwhile has a 4th base.
We do see a decent sized
We're going find Greg.
army.
Accelerate tried to call me if he's watching. Or if anybody wants to let him know if he's in voice looking for me. We're chatting. So I forgot to put the production tab back. Alright, so our Terran player now is definitely showing his lead.
A lot of siege tanks.
And
7 of them all sieged.
You're right, Accelerate.
They're gonna rip this army apart, unfortunately. not able to pull the Hellbats back, not getting on top of the siege tanks with links or anything.
Yeah, that's just too much.
Zerg dips below 50 supply.
He does get a pop shot to damage one of those tanks, but that's just too much. He needs to build a lot of links to get in there against that.
There's Infernal Pre-Igniter's gonna do too much. And at this point, the unsieged tanks can take the links.
Yeah, that's true. If they were, you know, if he waited till they were sieged, he could probably. Oh, there's a medevac that's gonna.
These links trying to get around behind one siege tank is gonna be able to just obliterate it. As the other 5 and the 1 Hellbat with a medevac, still healing up that 1 Hellbat, the hero Hellbat. As he's gonna take out broodlings.
He has 7 kills.
That Hellbat is so powerful.
But the tanks at the same time have tremendous amounts of kills.
Drone being sent out here, I don't know why. It's just gonna walk into the cannons.
Just was rallied. He had his rally point, I think, still. So our Zerg player, I think, is trying to do his last hurrah to try to do something, but unfortunately,
He's just way too ahead at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's looking pretty game.
Tanks.
There's no way you can do this. The supply does not lie, my folks. Look at that. Roadhog's seemingly maxed out. We're expecting a GG anytime now.
Run by here with some roaches at the planetary. Doesn't do enough. Planetary
This
no
is
issue.
This is definitely GG.
So
Minutes
many
before.
aliens coming across. Hellbat morph coming in. They're gonna walk on in, backed up by the siege tanks. Nothing's gonna get down that ramp.
Yeah. I don't see the miracle our Zerg players hoping for, but my dude, just saying, cuz if you see this and you're like, yeah, that's
GG call.
yeah.
Good try there by Blood Rain trying to hold that back though.
I don't blame him for trying to hold. It's a tournament and stuff, but like, there's sometimes it's he really got knocked out of the game after that failed push the second time. The Terran just had too many workers. He was like three to one,
Yeah.
and he was still producing.
The failed push.
So let's take a look at game number 2
Yes.
of Roadhog versus Blood Rain.
Wonder if they would do the same thing. A little different.
If I was Roadhog, I wouldn't be changing that up that much. But if I was Blood Rain, I would definitely be reconsidering what I was doing. Anyway, spawning in the top left of the map, playing for Chaos Spec Ops, it is the pink Zerg, Blood Rain.
And in the bottom right, we have the green Terran from the Art of War, Roadhog.
Roadhog. Let's see what we see this game.
Ah, extractor trick, get an extra drone on production already.
Yep. He's like, nope, this is 15, 14, 14. This is the... Let's cheese him, boys. He's going to try... the Link Flood. 15, 14, 14. This speed
Extractor
link,
goes
though.
down.
Good old Link Flood.
No Overlord in production here. Slight issue. As he does have the money and the larva for it. Probably just waiting for the pool, though.
I think Blood Rain's doing this because he's like, well, this guy likes to go mech. So
Takes a while to get to mech.
you're going to have a hard time getting to mech where I'm going with all these speed links. Unless he is doing something cheeky with this build. But it is just 15, 14, 14. Let's be real, folks.
Yeah. SCV is going to come in here. He is going to scout it. He does see the hatch, he does see the extractor, and he sees the pool about halfway done. And he just sees an Overlord pop. One drone being sent off the mineral line to chase that SCV around, trying to prevent any proxies in the main, possibly.
He's just keeping an eye on him. So our Terran player is expanding.
8 Lings in production.
This is the build.
Classic Ling Flood.
So he's going to be building nothing but Lings and Overlords. Or an Overlord, rather. Because he's going to probably... Hopefully, anyway, because usually you get 36, is it?
It's 36 with one more, yeah.
This is the build that got me to practically diamond in Europe on my Zerg.
That's disgusting. That's very disgusting that you did this.
Yep. I ended up with a lot of Z. Typically, it's a little better in ZBZs, though. Let's be real. It's definitely dicey in off racing. Terran player lifts his supply depot, presumably suspecting some cheese from our Zerg player this game.
Is starport going down, and there is a reactor. Yep.
The same build.
Switch.
Now he needs to get those. Start sending those lings right across the map right now. He needs to all army those lings. If this is the build he's doing.
Jumps off the cliff.
But he's gonna
be able to hold this though.
This guy's doing some splits, but he should have sent those lings across the map a little earlier because by the time they get there, the speed finishes is the goal.
So,
and
it does finish a little bit early. Scouts for it. He's going to mass up at the third, trying to gather his entire force. Reaper does get picked at his base, and at this point, 2 aliens are on the way. Starport switching onto the tech lab, maybe going for Banshees if this game went a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Goes a bit longer.
The humanity! We got Zergs everywhere! Oh no, keep that up.
And unfortunately, there's not a whole hell of a lot you can do as a Zerg player with this, because those lings are just going to be derping into the walls. Getting fried.
Baneling Nest coming down here. He's going to still try to end this game.
Baneling and Roachborn, interesting.
And roaches.
But he's building drones. He did delay.
Behind this.
He did delay some mining and some worker production, but the Terran player is trying to. Oh, the Banshee, no spores.
Baneling's done, so come on, warp in some banelings. I feel warping in.
Banshee gonna, real question, does Banshee stay home to defend? It is gonna go out over the ramp, flying over the natural. He's just gonna go across the map with that Banshee. The Hellions come out and just start roasting the Zerglings alive. 3 Banelings with 4 more on the way are probably gonna be able to break this wall, but it is, 6 Hellions. 2 more on the way. They roast the Lings alive with no issue. 2 more come across. Banelings get some nice connections. 4 left. The supply depot wall is down. 1 more Hellion pops out. The Lings onto the supply depot wall. It's just 1 Ling left now.
Yep, that's dead.
Nope, 2.
Now, on the other side of the map,
nice hold.
We have a Banshee well on his way.
Second one just finishes up for the green Terran player.
And this is looking like this game is about over because there's not a whole hell of a lot you could do against this. But they don't have
attempt to fight the Banshee.
They don't have cloak.
It's object, though.
I mean, he doesn't bring his other Banshee up or his other Queen up to defend that.
One more being made out of the main base as the Banshee's just gonna pick drones for free at this point.
No spores attempting to go down anywhere, not in the natural. Feels bad, man. Oof. Unfortunately,
he's gonna be able to pick the Banshee.
Zergies, I really don't recommend 15, 14, 14 against the Zerg unless you're playing against a rare case of the Terran that doesn't wall. Then that build will just destroy him. But
when does that happen? When do they not wall?
There's players.
Really?
Yeah, we got a D1 friend, Rendezvous, who is known for not walling, even against Zerg. He does sometimes, yeah. But
so Blood Rain is trying to drone up behind this.
What? No, there's nothing. What happened to him? I've said that the other day.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in round lately.
I think I messaged him. I didn't hear from him. All right, yeah. Anyway, we have
more Banshees.
More Banshees. We still have no spores. We do have a layer going down, but no spores. I mean, I know he doesn't have many drones, but if you're gonna stay in, I mean, you got to have something.
Yeah.
Queens.
Another Banshee being produced.
Spores.
This is just unfortunate at this point. Going into layer and some roaches. Maybe only thinking it was that 1 Banshee harass the Terrans sometimes do. Granted, they do start bringing more these days.
So, what's the lesson here, folks? What is it? Other than that,
please
don't 15, 14, 14 Terran. You know
just
what?
Play macro. It's better.
Yeah. If you're gonna do something cheeky, do like 13-12 or something. Bane bust him earlier.
A few lings go down after catching that Hellion on the Zerg side of the map. A few banelings in the main army right now. But the issue for him, for Blood Rain right now, is the presence of 4 Banshees. Starport finally switching off of that tech lab, giving him a much needed break, but making only roaches. The Banshees are going to rip the roaches to pieces.
Oh yeah, there's just nothing you can do about this.
Starport's floating out across the map.
You're literally at a double supply
Scouting
in
Starport.
everything. The army.
Nope. Starport's with the army, guys. Here we go.
Scouting Starport? No, it's just...
Oh my god, it was a misclick. I thought he was, yeah, that would be really BM, the smart Asian guy or Starport.
The smart Asian Starport.
Yeah. That'd just be, like, BM. If he was really doing it, that'd actually be funny. I might try that sometime in one of my Terran games.
There are 2 spores, 1 in each mineral line now, guys.
But we have it now.
Well,
Bloodbrain's trying to drone, but he's saturating way too much gas right now with only 100 minerals.
What's his plan?
Plan is
I think
to
our
attempt
Terran
to
player,
drone up and hold.
I think our Terran player was just like, you know what, I just want to make a big exit to this, because he's got to be certain he can steamroll him before, but, just, you know what, let's make him think he has a chance.
Game is definitely not over yet, as we
Yeah.
see vehicle plating 1 coming down for our Terran. Smart servos being researched.
And a
Pre-Igniter.
roach blocking the orbital, and it goes down.
Our Armada moves to attack it.
And the Hellion Banshee army might look to move across the map at this point.
Or just
For
chill.
the Zerg manages to get some Hydralisks, opting for Ravagers and no Hydrodent so far.
Oh.
Staying on very few drones.
Pre-igniters.
Only
Is that
21. That's
is that-
Blue Flame.
hyperflight going? Or no, what the hell is that? I don't. Oh, is that
Smart servos.
smart servos? That's right. Oh
That's
my
the
dear god.
Hellion Hellbat time.
Yeah.
Morph time.
Morph time. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I always forget that one because I'm a Protoss player, boys and
So,
girls.
Blood
Oof.
Rain finally going down for the Hydralisk den. I'm not sure if it's too little, too late at this time, because he is still not droned, not on a third.
Yeah, you can't.
Investing way too heavily in gas.
This
As Smart
economy
servos and
is.
pre-igniter finish.
Ooh, god.
He's down by about 36 drones right now, 60 to 24, unfortunately.
He needs like absolute like losing that Overlord's just gonna be like any little thing just adds up if he had any miracle chance of anything here from the Terran not attacking, but he's just massing up and pecking up so much that with this economy you can't really do anything.
He's trying to get more drones out, but I don't think he has enough. He is double.
Well, I
he is
wonder
double
why
queen.
why does he not getting drones out? Because he's building lings and roaches.
That's the Nidus network. There's a Nidus network in production. He's
Oh.
gonna try to Nidus him. That's an interesting thought right now. I'm not sure if it's the right choice, but it's certainly different.
And there's he needs to get some,
Terran army's gonna finish him though.
but he needs a good overlord. It's the problem. He only has one over on that side, and the Terran's pushing out. So really,
That is a lot. That
if
is
he was to do
22
anything, he
Hellbats.
would have need to have done it. He needed to do it like a minute ago.
Banshees all here as the tanks siege up. 5 tanks siege up on the low ground, and 3 more at home. As the Banshees are going to just start ripping this apart. Nice Baneling connections on the ground army here, but the tanks are just going to start chipping away if Blood Rain moves up too much farther. Some
Oh,
more
the
good
Bane
Baneling
hits.
connections here. Will the Biles land? One Bile lands, doing a lot to those Ravagers. Tanks are unsieged. The Queen's trying to fight onto the Banshees here. It is not going to be enough.
Man, that was a bad sage.
Wow.
It didn't matter because they did too much.
3 tanks live. Blood
Too
Rain,
much.
you tried, man.
Yeah,
Score's trying to hold it back.
I appreciate it. I don't blame him for going for a cheese. It's, he's learning some builds and
Ton of
stuff.
lings coming out, getting this around on the tanks, are unable to get out of there. But I do not think this is going to be enough with these 3 Banshees.
He could have taken those queens up there. He looks like, no, I don't think he has enough energy for a transfuse on his hatch. But
More
Ye-
Hellions, 5 more tanks coming across the map now. No
We should-
Viking coming. This is Classic story. One Hydralisk trying to valiantly defend, takes a Banshee down. Hellbat's doing way too much to those lings.
GG. Blood Rain.
And Roadhog takes it 2-0.
Loses, unfortunately, for our Zerg friends. Good job, Roadhog. Good job, Blood Rain. Gentlemen.
I think you're tired, right?
Yeah, I'm a little tired tonight, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to be cutting this today's casting a little short.
We had 2 series.
This was some WuTang Cup for us. Episode 2. And we will keep you posted with more games.
For later.
Yeah, send some more. And again, I'm going to plug in the Legion Invitational Mars on June 6th at noon. Hope to see you guys there as well. And stay tuned for some WuTang Cup. I think I'm probably going to make some overlays for that too for us. And this was Tommy. Hope.
That's me.
And the Dark Testa. Signing off for the evening. Oh shit, you found my proxy.
God damn it.
Later, peoples.